The FujiCast is an independent loading zone production.
One of the problems, Kev, with recording things in lots of advance is that we have no idea of what's going on in the world. Who do you think Arsenal might have signed by now?
Doc is.
Oh, no, he's done.
It's not official, though. It's not on BBC yet.
Well, David Ornstein said it's happening, so that generally, if David says it, it is happening.
True indeed, yes. Yeah. Maybe Manduki?
No, Madueke, you mean?
Yeah. That one.
Manduki's something you wear when you go to a stag party, isn't it?
Yeah, but other than that, I don't know. I do feel like we still need another striker.
Well, I've offered myself so many times, Kev, but
the FujiCast.
Me and my Crocs, my studded Crocs. I reckon I could have a go, Kev. There was a stage where I thought I would need to offer myself up with you, Kev. What would we could be 9 and 9.5.
They could sellotape us both together and see if we manage to do anything better.
Can you imagine that? Anyway, welcome to the FujiCast. You and your questions to click at fujicast.co.uk or indeed through the Facebook group as well. Slightly shorter shows while Kev's away sunning himself in Spain, even though when he went a couple of weeks ago he said, I've got loads of jobs to do. I bet by now not one of those jobs has been ticked off the list. You and Albie have just been, I don't know, you've been sunbathing. You can't even play in the pool because the pool's not full up yet, is it?
No, the pool's done.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Well, that's why.
Although, I say that, obviously, we're 3 weeks in history time now.
Yeah.
So we did, the pool is, the waterman is due to come. So hopefully he will have been to fill up. But you can't just fill up from the taps, obviously. However, this morning there was an earthquake. So
oh, really?
In real life, 3 weeks ago in real life.
Oh,
so yeah. I don't know whether that will have had an effect on the currently empty pool. But we'll find out. Diego,
they're not
man in the know, will tell me soon enough.
They're not as strong, are they? When they've not got water in. I know nothing about pools. I would love to have a pool at my house, but apparently they're not as strong when they haven't got the water in them.
Oh, absolutely. You need to keep pools. Have to have water in them. Yeah, because the walls. You have all of that earth pushing from one direction. You need the water to push it back.
Yeah.
So yes, 100%. You get cracks otherwise. We've had all of our cracks filled. And Diego's done all the painting. He's done a great job. And hopefully, in 3 weeks' time, when we're now in real life time, we'll have found that out.
Diego might have moved in. He'll be swimming in the pool.
Might have done. Yeah, might have done.
Hello, welcome to my home. Quick mention for PickTime, pick-time.com, our wonderful, wonderful sponsors. Both myself and Kev use them to show our work. We've been using them for years now, and I still think it's by far the best way to show your work, to sell your work, to sell a product like picture frames, like albums, to do the special deals, remember anniversaries, that sort of stuff. That's where I need to get a bit cheeky with it, really, Kev. Anniversary mails, never a bad idea. Particularly, and this is just going to say, I don't know, I'm typecasting us really, Kev, as the male population, but men are not great at remembering something for anniversaries. So probably.
Yeah, and you can automate all of that stuff.
You can just send
it, monthly for the wedding, the anniversary, etc. Yeah, and they've just updated the mobile app as well, PickTime, so you can now create galleries and things like that, films, photo films, all of that kind of stuff directly through the mobile app, which is nice. They're continuing to work on all of that. Yes, very good system.
Just gets better and better and better. If you want to be part of that action, go to pick-time.com. Enter FujiCast at checkout. You get 1 month free for your troubles as well. Can't be bad. Right, questions, Kev. We need to crack on with questions. Do you want me to go first for a change?
You go first. Yeah.
This is from Tim Helps. G'day, Neil and Kev from Australia. Have you ever been to Australia, Kev? As I near my retirement, don't mention the R word, creatives never retire, do they? We just carry on doing it. As I near my retirement, it occurred to me to ask you, what type or types of photography do you see yourself pursuing in your retirement? Let's assume you're financially able to approach most types. What would you choose to do? Well, Kev's in a very different place to me. He has retired. Well, not fully, have you? But essentially, it's a very different life for you now. Travelling life for me, and a very different life for you. What types of photography, Kev, are you seeing yourself pursuing now? We've talked about this, and I think it changes.
Yeah, I think for me, I mean, you have to, in this context, it has to be stuff that isn't for commercial reasons. You're not doing it to make money, you're just doing it for enjoyment, maybe exhibitions, that kind of stuff. So starting in September, I've got a couple of personal projects that will be kicking off in the local community, in the farming and agricultural stuff. So I'll be digging into that, and with no intention for it to be money making, but just for my own personal benefits and enjoyment. So that kind of thing, just local things, really personal. And I keep saying I'm going to spend more time shooting street photography by myself, and then I'll never get around to it. It's just London, I'm bored of Bath and Bristol, and then London is just, book a train gets cancelled, tubes go on strike.
Kev.
You go and buy a bottle of water in the coffee shop there, and it's £4.80, and you just, I don't know, just kind of gets me down.
No, I don't want you just to be luxuriating in Malmesbury, though. You do need to get out.
As I said to Gemma many times, if they just built a big wall around Malmesbury and didn't put any doors in it, I'd be quite happy.
Oh, dear. They'd never get your beer in, Kev. It wouldn't be...
I make my own.
No, would you?
Yeah. Wow. My mate Will has made some great cider. Oh, brilliant.
Oh, well, you're settled then. So street photography wise, doesn't have to be London, Bath or Bristol. There are other places you could go to.
Yeah,
my mate Mally goes to Liverpool a lot. Loves it. Does some terrific stuff in
actually, I've got a day
Liverpool.
booked in Liverpool in September as well, funny enough.
Is that for a workshop?
It is, yeah, but I'm going to go for 2 days, so I'll do a day by myself. But you're right. I mean, there are plenty of places. Of course there are. But, I like to tread the steps that I know, and I know where the light is and the right times of the day and all that kind of stuff. I love Weston-super-Mare. I love Weston-super-Mare when it's super busy or when it's super empty. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's quite close as well. So, yeah, whatever. I mean, like you said, I'm just plodding on. Just plodding.
Did you like Blackpool did you like Blackpool?
But, yeah, Blackpool can be fun. So Blackpool when it's busy is a fun place. Blackpool when it's not busy is not so fun because there's a lot of sadness there. So that kind of is it's sad. Yeah, I do go to Blackpool a couple of times a year, but usually in the summertime. Yeah, I don't know.
What about some European cities? I've just been street photographing with Valerie in Paris.
Yeah, I don't really like leaving the country. I don't really like travelling. I don't like going away anymore.
Oh dear, Kev.
I like to stay at home.
Oh, well, if we talk about retirement, what type of photography would you see yourself pursuing in your retirement? Obviously, money allowing, I'd like to continue. I do like to get out of the country, Kev. I want Mongolia is beckoning for next year for me. I'm looking forward to doing that. India, we have a workshop in India, street stuff in India. And actually, I'm going the week before India. I haven't told Sam yet, but I'll be away 3 weeks. I'm doing a lot of 3-week away things at the moment because I want to go to Bangladesh the week before. So I'm going to Bangladesh. So Bangladesh, Mongolia, India, America, Route 66, I always wanted to do that. I know it's a bit cliche, but I still want to do that.
But none of these are your retirement. This is your job.
Peru. Well, yeah, but
what about when you retire from your job?
Well, I'll go. Okay, so I'll add on other places. Argentina, I'd love to go there. Peru. I've always wanted to photograph one of the poles as well.
Yeah, that'd be quite interesting.
Yeah,
I want to go out on a deadliest catch boat.
Deadliest catch.
Yeah.
What do they catch on the deadliest catch? What is the deadliest of the deadliest?
Crabs. King crabs, mostly.
Oh, the deadliest catch is because they have to go through hell to catch them, don't they?
It's up in the Bering Straits, yeah.
Yeah. Now I know of it. Yeah, that's dangerous, Kev. Look,
not very good though, because I get a bit seasick. I get seasick on a gondola.
That's not for you then, Kev. Retirement. What would I do? I think audio is more likely to be what I see myself doing more in retirement than photography. More stuff to do with audio, probably. With travel photography. That would be ideal for me, Kev, in retirement. I'll send you postcards so you can put them in the bin.
Well, they won't get to me because there won't be any doors through the walls into Malmesbury.
Oh no, I'll fly them in by drone.
You'll have to drone them in.
Yeah, they'll come into you and I'll drop them all off so you can see what you're missing. If you can see them, because you'll be drinking your mate's cider.
Yeah.
You'll probably be
cider.
Blurred vision. Right, go on, your question.
Keith Martin says, hello to you both. I have recently bought an X-T4 which has IBIS. We'll be using it to shoot events with a lens that has OIS. Are there circumstances where you would choose one system over the other? Thank you.
Well, I suppose with video, yes. I've never felt the stabilization is an important thing for my stills photography.
Yes and no. You definitely get cleaner images, I think, with cameras with IBIS. You're able to shoot in low light at least, at faster shutter speeds and keep the ISO down. Definitely has an impact. But it is worth pointing out, Keith, that in general, the IBIS and the OIS in the lens, in the XT, in the Fujifilm range at least, they're designed to work together, not against each other. So in most situations, especially if you're using native Fujifilm lenses with OIS, the camera will actually coordinate it automatically to give you the best stabilization possible. So you don't generally have to choose. But there are a couple of caveats to that. If you're, for example, if you're shooting on a tripod, a long exposure on a solid tripod, for example, I would turn both stabilization systems off.
Don't they compete with each other otherwise?
They would compete with the tripod. They don't compete with each other. As I said, the camera is clever enough to work with the OIS and the IBIS.
Okay.
But it doesn't know if it's on a tripod, does it? The camera doesn't know that. So switch it off, because otherwise, it's going to be fighting against total stability. And so if you're on a tripod, turn it off. And then, I think that's probably about the only reason I can think about turning them off. But generally, for everything else, just leave them both on, and the camera will do the heavy lifting for you. And it will either use the OIS or the IBIS. Whichever one is best for that particular exposure that you're trying to get, will do its jubblies for you.
Thank you. Patrick Britsky is next. Patrick's been on one of my Scottish retreats. He's a nice bloke, Patrick. He introduced me. I'm not quite sure, and Patrick knows this. He introduced me to proper cheese fondue from a proper Swiss cheese fondue. The year later, I tell you, the fondue was still on some of the pans. We were trying to get it off. It is. I tell you what, you could use that as cement in a house. There we go, Kev. For your wall,
imagine the inside of your tummies.
No, your wall that you want to build around Malmesbury. Just hire Patrick to bring a cheese fondue. Nobody will ever break through that wall. I promise you. Hi, Kev. Hi, Neale. Listened to your podcast for about 298 episodes or so, since the beginning. I've been thinking of a smart question. Finally, I may have been successful. I'm a proud owner of a Fujifilm X100 VI, after the first, the third and fifth incarnation. Again, I'm spending hours fiddling with the setup, guessing which settings and shortcuts I might need in the field when things get hectic. So far, I think I've mastered the vast range of combinations of adjustments, except one. The command dial settings. The front command dial, the front wheel is supposed to do SS equals program shift. But after pressing once, it should be setting the aperture, at least in program mode. Mine doesn't. Any thoughts?
Not really. It should do. There is, I don't really use the command dials for that kind of thing, but there is in the settings, under button dial settings, I think it is, you can set up the command dials to do various different things. So it may well be that it's been switched to do something else. That's my only guess.
Yeah, because he's got a few problems here. Mostly using aperture priority so I can change the behavior to aperture. It won't be able to do that because it's mechanically set. Or can it override me?
You can do micro adjustments. So you can set it so it will micro adjust between, say, f2.8 to f3, f3.2, etc., or 3.1 even, I think. So you can do micro adjustments using the command dial. But it's not something I've ever done. You
don't use your command dials for that sort of stuff then?
No, I use the command dials on the GFX system because it doesn't have the same tactile stuff as the X100 range or the X Pro or even the XT range. Yeah. So a little bit similar to the XH where, some of the stuff is not tactiles but in kind of menus and things. So I use the command dial when I'm shooting manually with my GFX in the studio. But yeah, not on the tactile cameras. I just ignore them.
What do you have your I wonder whether you have it the same as me. The little button on the top plate next to the on off and shutter. What do you have yours set to? What have you programmed that for?
Photometry.
Oh, have you? I have mine set on neutral density filter, on or off. I find that really handy because I can go boom, I'm straight in there.
Yeah, I have that on my. So I have the little button next to the shutter button set to photometry. I have the button on the front of the camera set to ND filter. So the little button on the lever, press that in, ND.
What do you have the lever set to?
Well, the lever just does what it's meant to do.
Oh no, the lever. Sorry, that just goes to optical and
hybrid optical, digital.
So the button on it though, that's where you put neutral density.
Yeah.
Any other buttons that you've got programmed in different ways?
No, I switch pretty much all the others. I switch off. I go through and I switch off all of the little the up buttons, down buttons, the finger swipe buttons. I switch them all off. I very much like to only have the camera set up for the things that I use the most.
Yeah.
That's pretty much. And I do the same for my XT cameras and my X Pro. So they all operate in exactly the same way. So I know that photometry is there. The ND filter obviously is only on the X100. I think on my XT, the front button, there's no lever as such, but there is a function button on the front. I have that set to face detection on or off. Not that I ever really use it, occasionally, but that's that. And then everything else, just I switch it off. Off.
He says, Patrick says, by the way, thank you for your equally entertaining and informative show. More than once I burst out with laughter on the way to and from work on the commuter train. Please keep it as it is. Did we ever say we were going to change it? I don't think we did we? I don't think either of us are equipped to change it. What would we change it to, Kev?
Oh, I don't know.
The side. What about the cidercast?
Cidercast.
Cidercast. Or
we could get Will on board for that.
Yeah, there we go. Probably do very well.
And actually, his cider, which is very nice, it's also very personal because it's made with our horses.
Okay. It's made with the stuff that comes out the back of Star.
Yep, Star and Hetty's poo.
Tell me how that works.
Well, it's just used as manure, isn't it, around the trees and the stuff.
All right. Okay.
He comes up and he takes us the lorry loads full of horse that they make, and then he sticks it in his orchards.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. For some reason, I was thinking, is it mixed in with the cider?
No.
Is that what makes it cloudy?
I don't know. It might be. Yeah.
You have no idea what he's.
This one tastes more like Hetty. No, this is Star.
Oh, that's horrible. He could be using that as well with Patrick's cheese fondue. Maybe he could be using that to help brick up this wall around Malmesbury.
Maybe.
The Great Wall of Malmesbury. Go on then, your turn for a question.
Brian Thomas says, hi gentlemen, enjoy the pod and appreciate the knowledge and information shared to all of us Fujifilm users. I had a question about the differences between the XE series and X Pro series. I have an XE3, which I love, but I was curious to know if an upgrade to the X Pro 2 or 3 would be a significant change. I know there are a ton of blogs and YouTube videos, but I'd rather hear from true experts. Yay. I have the 23 f2, 27mm pancake, 2.8, 35 1.4, 50 to 230 zoom, Thanks for the great content and hope to hear your opinions. I'm not a pro. I do mostly concept photography. Brian, New Jersey, USA.
Joyzy.
Well, I thought that was quite interesting that he said upgrade to the X Pro 2 or X Pro 3. So I actually don't see the XE range and the X Pro range as like if you went to an X Pro 3 from an XE3, I wouldn't use the word upgrade. I would use the word side grade.
Okay. Yeah.
Because actually, I think that, you certainly with the XE3 and XE4 and now the XE5 and the X Pro, they're aimed at slightly different users effectively. I think that, yes, you can technically say it's an upgrade because it's got dual card slots and it's better built, etc. But ultimately, I think the choice between the XE and the X Pro range is about usability and which one you prefer, rather than necessarily about which one is best. Now, all bets change when you think about the XE5, which I actually really, really loved when I had it for a very short period of time. I just thought it was a fantastic camera. I've never really enjoyed using the XE cameras, but I really enjoyed using that one. I would still always go for the X Pro myself personally, because generally the dual card slots is the winner for me. Yeah. But if you're not a pro and you don't need to spend that kind of money, then the XE3, I would stick with it. I don't think you need to swap to an X Pro 2 or an X Pro 3. However, I would be more tempted to encourage you to look at an XE5. If you're happy with the XE ergonomics, because the XE5 is absolutely lovely, really, really nice camera. Yeah. And I'm at that point now where I'm almost breaking my own rules of like, I don't need to buy any more cameras because I'm not shooting like I used to. I don't need that 2 cameras of everything, but I am like, I don't know, XE5, I might get one of them. Might just get one of them.
Well, you'll need it for what, Kev? You're not leaving the house.
No, I know. Do you know what I really like about the XE5?
What?
The shutter sound.
It's come to this, Kev, isn't it?
I love the shutter sound and the fact you can turn the LCD into a retro-looking viewfinder.
What's the shutter sound like then?
It sounds like old film. It's great.
It?
Not that I ever shot old film, or not properly, but it's just beautiful. It really is. If you're not a continuous fast burst type photographer like I'm not, then it just has this magic feeling to it. Yeah. It reminded me a little bit of the original X Pro 1 when that came out. Right. A lovely kaplunk. Yeah. And that sound and the kind of feel of it just does not feel digital. It doesn't feel like you're using a machine. It feels like you're using a camera.
I don't like the hold on, can I make a noise? Oh no, I've got it set on silent. That's useless. I don't like the sound of the X100V. It's just a
the X100V VI is certainly more digital sounding. Yeah, I mean, on my X100V I have it just switched off completely generally. Yeah. Using the electronic shutter, but the X100, the XE5, I thought, oof, I like that, and I love the ability. I mean, it's all irrelevant because it doesn't make the pictures any different, but I also like that viewfinder, that very retro-looking viewfinder that you can switch on. Just press the dispatch button when you're in playback mode, and you'll see this beautiful. It just shows you in kind of red LEDs. Shutter speed and aperture.
You mentioned that, yeah. Rob Moody has got, this might be the last question today, Kev, because slightly shorter ones while you're sunning yourself. Stroke working.
And we're having a holiday next week as well, aren't we?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we got a holiday, yes. So we're back in 3 weeks instead of 2 weeks. That's right. Well remembered, Kev.
Yes.
Those that, there might be an extra pop-up for those that really need Kevin with their cereal of a Monday. So this is a follow-up that Rob Moody did, and you might remember is the case of the slowly dying X Pro 3. Evening all, as an old-fashioned copper on the telly used to say many moons ago. As a 60-year-old, it's been a while since I've been described as one of the kids, as in your podcast. Thank you, Neil, I'll take it. Oh, yes, that's because he was using Photo App. I thought Rob Moody definitely down with the kids, with a Z. My slowly dying X Pro 3, now I've sent you a picture, Kev, so you can keep up with this one, has caused some concern and confusion, and you asked me to let you know what's been happening, so here goes. First ailment, sub-monitor died. We've had so many conversations about that sub-monitor. Yeah. No problem, I thought. Never really looked at it anyway. The camera still works. I have no intention of selling it, so it's not affecting resale value. I'll just use the screen and stroke or the viewfinder. Second ailment, screen, died in the same manner and stages as the sub-monitor. No problem, I thought. The camera still works, so as above, I'll use the viewfinder. This is the third most recent and ever worsening ailment. The EVF goes the same way as the screen and the sub-monitor. Hence the diagnosis that it is slowly dying. Quote for repair, approximately 2/3 of my replacement budget. I hear stories of this happening multiple times and needing multiple repairs. Sadly, I think it's a case of, alas, poor X Pro 3, I knew you well. What would you do, Kev? Would you try and fix her upper? Or is that it now, really, for the camera? Is it one for the shelf to look at?
Well, certainly looking at the picture now, the sub-monitor thing is a problem that lots of people, I've never had it on both my X Pros, but certainly that's definitely a thing. Seen that a lot. And I think that kind of ties in with the LCD because it's the ribbon. I think it's something to do with the ink in the ribbon that connects them both. EVF though, I'm not really come across people. They're not connected. The EVF and the LCD shouldn't really be seeing the same issues. But yeah, I mean, obviously it is, it's at peril. Now the X Pro 3 was released in October 2019, so it's about 6 years old. So whilst Fujifilm will probably repair it, I would imagine the repair costs are quite substantial.
I can't believe it's 6 years now, Kev, since the release of that camera.
Yeah, that's when it was announced, at least in October 2000.
This has been the longest awaiting next phase camera then, surely, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I remember sitting in a room in Tokyo years ago. It's got to be I don't know whether it was before COVID or just after COVID, I can't remember now, but talking about potential upgrades and the kind of general feeling around the table was, well, I don't know, what can we do? Everybody's like, I don't know, it's already brilliant. So I don't know, I'm sure we'll see another one at some point. But that aside, I mean, if you've got replacement budget, depends on what that budget is, of course, then you can probably get a second-hand X Pro 3, or maybe you'll look at the XE range. If you can get an XE5, that's my advice. But yeah, that certainly looks like it's disappearing a bit. And I know people like MPB and stuff will still buy failing cameras. They then resell them for spares and parts. So they won't obviously give you much, but it might increase your budget then. Even if they give you 100 quid or something, they might add it to your budget for another camera. But yeah, it looks like it's, if you don't use the optical viewfinder, which doesn't sound like you do, then, and you're reliant on the EVF and that's not working, then yeah, you're a bit scuppered. But always remember you do have the optical viewfinder in the X Pro, and that should never break because that's just looking straight through the lens. And if you're happy with that, then maybe you can get a few more years out of it.
Well, just looking at the release dates, X Pro 1, so between the 1 and the 2 was 4 years and 6 days, and 2 to the 3 was 3 years and 9 months. So it's been a long time coming, isn't it? But fortunately, at this, tell us about the Fuji gig again, Kev, because we did that last time. That's happening in London.
Fujikina, yes, Fujikina in September, all across central London. Well, all across the West End, Covent Garden, that kind of area. Fujifilm UK are doing two whole weeks. Most of the stuff's happening on weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sundays, that kind of thing. Photo walks, talks. There's exhibitions. Magnum are involved. Both Neil and I are doing various things across the dates. You can find it all out by going to the Fujifilm House of Photography or Fujifilm UK website. It's going to be good. I'm really looking forward to it. There's a lot of stuff going on over 2 weeks.
The Japanese one, as we established, usually has an announcement of something. The London one, not necessarily so, but I hear on good authority that Kev is going to be announcing the X Pro 4 on his.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a nice thing, Kev?
Would be very nice, yeah.
There we go. Anyway, that's it for this week. Thank you very much. We have another holiday one coming up, so slightly shorter episodes during the sun tanning of Kev season, but it's going to be in 3 weeks, so not 2 weeks, but in 3 weeks. I know, but everybody's due a holiday, Kev, aren't they? Really?
Yes, especially me.
Yes,
because I've done no work for the last 6 months, so I need a holiday.
I was thinking, Kev, what are you actually doing during the year anyway? These are no longer holidays. This is just moving yourself around a bit, isn't it? It shouldn't. Yeah. It needs.
I'm just calling it exercise.
Yes, it's rebranding that you need for this. That's it then. So see you in 3 weeks' time, Kev. And turn over, Kev. The alarm has just gone. You need to do the left-hand side now. See you in a few weeks. Bye, Kev.
Bye-bye.
The FujiCast is an independent loading zone production. Email the show with your questions and words of wisdom to click@fujicast.co.uk. Email any complaints and political nonsense to our wives, who will deal with your comments in their own good time and in their own good way.